Guys, and I'm up with episode number 7, where I'm putting Pokemon in tier lists based off of how cool they look. Because I'm a noob who knows absolutely nothing about Pokemon. Like, I have no idea how good Thundurus will be in the battle, so let's just put it in a high tier because he looks cool. So anyway, last episode was the beginning of Generation 3, which I gave a 24 to 21 ratio of positive to negative ratings, which is good until you take into consideration that I gave 21 Pokemon in a bad review. Wow, I am one critic. Now, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I actually did record this video last week, but it turned out awful. I was constantly losing thought, and there was a total lack of jokes, and I was basically just saying the same thing over and over for every rating. I didn't even bother uploading it. Now, here's a part where I would have said that I'm now scripting these videos until I realized that writing a script is hard. See, now all of this stuff that I wrote took me 40 minutes to write. And after typing the second Pokemon, I was just like, screw this is gonna take too long. It sucks because writing a script would actually be so much easier for this video. Because I actual thought would be put on into giving the Pokemon ratings, and there'd be a lot more well thought out jokes. But here we are, unscripted. I now learned my lesson on not to write stuff word for word. I stopped this script, I went over to here to realize that I still had my Pokemon from my original recording on here. So now they all have to be moved to this tier before I... Okay, I have absolutely no idea what happened here. This part is unscripted. Because I would say they were in this tier, but now they no longer are. But that's good because it makes things easier for me. This is getting way too long, let's start. I have the Jazz channel on. Apparently Jazz songs called I Think She Likes Ketchup actually exists. Starting us off is Delcatty, number 301. Now, I will say, I'm actually so little knowing about Pokemon, I didn't know that abilities and moves were two completely different things. Like, these are moves, and these are abilities. But I think that's probably good, because Q-Charm sounds pretty useless in battle. Anyway, Delcatty is actually much better than Skitty. That Delcatty has actual eyes and a much better body type. Very nice, and I really like this. Sableye, on the other hand, not so much. This is just kind of creepy. It's literal gems for its eyes. Even a Pokédex entry says that it will steal people's spirits away with its eye. Mawile is up next. This one's really weird. Like its body, and then this weird hair that's also a mouth that is bigger than its actual body. This one is just kind of weird. Not a fan of this one either. Number 304 is a Pokemon called Aaron. That's literally a human name. This one is just kind of boring. The most generic turtle robot thing you can get. Pretty boring and don't really like it. Well, anyway, next we have... Whoa! What happened here? Now we are getting somewhere. Now Aaron evolved into this sort of robot dinosaur thing that is Larion. Said dinosaur, I meant rhinoceros. Trying to be very careful with my words this time because I don't want to be all stumbling on my words like last time. Very good, very badass. You, my friend, are going into great tier. Larion then evolves into Aggron, which is even better. This guy's going full rhinoceros on us, and it's good. Glad we can see that this can evolve into this, like the ugly duckling thing. Even its cards are so over the top you can't even tell what's going on. This context, over the top is a good thing. Excelente! 307 is Meditite. Really? This is just some meditating yoga Pokemon. And design isn't really any better. I don't like this. Obviously they could have came up with something better than the yoga Pokemon. Except is the evolution Medicham. Yeah, this one is sort of creeping me out. And haven't mentioned that Generation 3 has a weird thing with Pokemon with bodies shaped like penises. Like Combuskin. Now we have Medicham. Can't say it's as weak, but still pretty weak. Electrike is our next Pokemon. This one doesn't really look that much like an electric Pokemon. This one's sort of like, it's green and looks like a lily pad. This Pokemon is pretty underrated actually. I haven't actually seen anything about this Pokemon at all. I didn't even know this Pokemon existed until I saw it, which sucks because this is pretty cool. I really like this guy. His evolution is Manetric, which is, well, only slightly better. It's really different except for a color change, a samurai helmet, and a little taller, but still pretty cool. And if it's since it's an evolution, you're right to give it a higher tier than its devolution. How do you pronounce this? Something like Plusle or something. This is a cheering Pokemon. This also looks like a total ripoff of Pichu. This one is not good at all. To have a generic name like that, why is it a ripoff of Pichu? And is that its foot or its peanut? Put this in a bad tier by being generous today. Except as Minun. Absolutely nothing is different except for a different color. Same thing, same tier. Volbeat is up next. This is a Firefly type Pokemon, but I don't think the designers of this Pokemon know anything about Fireflies, because Fireflies should not have noses like that. Never had any interest in bug Pokemon, and this one's definitely uninteresting. Not as bad as Plusle and Minun though. Next up, Illumais. This Pokemon doesn't evolve. I think this is like the Plusle and Minun thing, because absolutely nothing has changed about this Pokemon either. Yeah. For 315 is a Pokemon called Roselia. It's like, is this trying to like serenade me or something? You're trying to win me over, you're not helping. It's pretty much just a flower and that's it. Find anything too special about this? Okay, now we have Gulpin. Now, I remember when I was really little and collected Pokemon cards, I always loved Gulpin because the card I had for Gulpin was this. Some sort of puppet show thing. I don't really find anything special about this. It's just a green blob with a feather thing on its head. I'm also not really liking that mouth. It's kind of creeping me out. This kid seems to like it though. Nothing too special. Gulpin evolves into Swalot. Nothing really changed in this evolution except for a color change, a little bit taller, and these. I don't even know what to call these. I'll give this Pokemon an average. I'm pretty indifferent to this. Next up, a fish Pokemon, Carvanha. Yeah, this is pretty much just named after that car vending machine, you know. But this is a piranha Pokemon. Unlike normal fish Pokemon, I find this Pokemon kind of cool. And as I'm scrolling down here, once again we get this picture. I love this episode. Carvanha is pretty cool. And did you know that piranhas can also evolve into sharks? Yeah. Already roll a shark Pokemon. Well, not much to say about this, but I like shark Pokemon. Shark Pokemon are cool. So your tier is also cool. Whaleymer. Pretty creepy. I really think this is how you do a whale Pokemon. 2 round. I know I'm sounding really picky here, but that's the whole point of the series. 8 minutes in when we're not even halfway through. Wailord is our next Pokemon, which reminds me a lot like Sharpedo. This is a whale shaped like a torpedo, sort of. This one is pretty much just an actual whale. Nothing too special, but I think it's alright. Next up is a Pokemon called Numel, which is a camel Pokemon. You sure that's a camel? That doesn't really look like a camel to me. It looks like a depressed dinosaur. Depressed dinosaur who also just celebrated his 1 pound weight loss. Not too much of a fan of this. Then we get Camerupt. This is literally a volcano camel. How cool is that? Got some real good stuff here. Then it's Torkoral. It's smoking out of its nose. It says here it burns coal inside its shell, but I don't think that's coal, if you know what I mean. None too special with this. Okay, now we have our halfway point. And if your Pokemon is named Sproink, you notice it's gonna be awful. This Pokemon is so soft. If it stops bouncing, its heart will literally stop. Pokemon is awful. Grumpig is not that much. Nothing else I have to say about that. There's nothing I have to say about Spinda either. This is absolutely horrible. Auto designs of all these Pokemon look like they're ripping off Pichu. Okay, we are at our 10-minute mark, and we're only at number 27 actually in the series. Trapinch is our next Pokemon, which is sort of like a snapping turtle Pokemon. But the only problem with that is that its head is bigger than its body is. This one's not too good. Actually, I changed my mind. I'll give it a fair. Okay, now, someone please tell me, how does a turtle evolve into a dragonfly? Come on, it can do better than that. You know why you hate bug-type Pokemon. Bug-type Pokemon suck. Up, Flygon. Actually, this time doesn't look that much like a dragon Pokemon. Or just like a very, very skinny dragon. A skinny dragon that I actually don't think is half bad. Nia is our next Pokemon. This is what a cactus should look like. This is not what a cactus should look like. It's gotta be so round and the spikes gotta be so big. And is that supposed to be its mouth or just a bunch of holes drilled into its head? That's plain dumb. Next up, our next cactus Pokemon. It's just a taller version. Only a teeny bit better. We have Swablu, which is a cloud bird. I'm not really seeing anything about this. This looks pretty weak. I'm not too much of a fan of it. Next up is the evolution of Swablu, Altaria. This one, on the other hand, is, well, I can say it's much bigger. Bigger is better. If you know what I mean. I can actually live with this. Also, I will mention, though, this is a dragon-type Pokemon. That's not really what a dragon should look like. Nonetheless, it's fairly good. Now we have Zangoose, which I can say, I'm glad that this Pokemon exists, and we can get a break from all the other bad Pokemon we got, because this is definitely the most badass, non-over-the-top Pokemon we've had so far. Like, we go over here and we get all these badass-looking Pokemon cards, definitely good. My only problem, though, is this Pokemon does not evolve, which sucks, because I actually would really love to see what it would look like if it did. Being cool without being over the top is good. So this is actually the first Pokemon I'm unironically giving it an outstanding tier. As I said unironically, because most of the Pokemon I gave super high tiers, I just did it as a joke. The Viper is a regular old snake Pokemon. This one is... it's not really that cool like Arbok or Ekans is. This one's a little strange, and probably not as good as most snake Pokemon I've seen so far are. Hey, snake Pokemon are cool. Monotone. No. Olrock. No. Barbroach.
No, God, please, no.
I swear, if we get one more bad Pokemon, let's see, Whiscrash. Hey, this one actually isn't that bad. A nice smiling whale we got here. Nice break from what we had earlier. Really missing Zangoose. I'm wishing that Zangoose came after here so I could get some cleansing. Corporish is a crab Pokemon. I don't think that's how crabs should look like.
Still here. Just to suffer.
Oh, that's great. Episode sucks. We have Proudon, our next Pokemon, which I believe is the evolution of that. This Pokemon is all over the place. Like, there's this random star on its head, these chevrons, completely weird body type, and this thing that's either a hand or its penis. Yeah. Baltoy? Are you alright? What kind of Pokemon is this supposed to be? This is my face when I saw it. It's pretty bad. Okay, I give back what he said about Crowdon, because Claydol is the true master of being all over the place. There's absolutely nothing I have to say about this. All we need to know is... almost done here, we have Lileep. What is this? It's like some sort of reverse Demogorgon coming out of a goblet that's made out of the dead remains of a Swalot. Or an Ekans, who cares? Just plain weird. Dilly. Basically the alive version of Lileep. This one has sort of has a face. A little better. But not too much. Billpoor. North is, number 4 to go. It's an old shrimp Pokemon. Are you sure that's an old shrimp? Whatever this is called. Yeah, like, something's coming to mind, but I don't know what it is. Its eyes are like on the sides of its head. They're like feathers coming out. It's pretty weird. I'm actually kind of sad right now because there are more mediocre Pokemon than there are good Pokemon. That's pretty sad. Plusle, another king of being all over the place. What you got here is kind of like a dinosaur version of that. I'm not sure what to call this. We'll say though, it actually looks kind of cool. So what's happening here? I'll actually give it something. 2 more to go. We have Feebas. It says here it's unattractive and unpopular. Yeah, you got the unattractive part right. I'm reminded of Magikarp here. Like one of those useless fish Pokemon. Nothing special at all. Final Pokemon episode of a 16-minute video is Milotic. This is like a Sea Dragon Pokemon. There's nothing that needs to be said about it. Very good, and that's all you need to know. That's the end of the second take of this video, which I think actually did pretty good on this episode this time. This is the longest video in the series so far. Hope that was good, and that's the end.